Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man. And today I'm going to be talking to you all about fire element crystals. And these are really cool crystals. And I have a list here, and it's a cleaner list than the last few lists. I'm not going to say, okay, I'll be talking to you about 7 crystals. I'll talk about as many as pops up. Because I've done that in past videos. I'll be like, I'll talk about 7, and then 19 crystal lists later, it's just like, what happened to 7? So in this video, I'll talk to you all about fire element crystals. Crystals of the sacral chakra, crystals of the root chakra. Sometimes other crystals of the higher chakras can represent fire, but a different kind of fire, which I'll talk about in this video as well. So there's different kinds of fires. There's the regular fire, and then there's supernatural fire, like the spiritual fire, aka Archangel Michael's blue flame. And I'll talk about that later in the video. So certain fires are more only could be perceived in the spiritual realm, and some fires are more of the astral, kind of like energizers, such as a crystal that's first in the list. It's going to be Carnelian. If you could have guessed that this is the fire, one of the many fire crystals. This crystal's hot, and yeah, hot. This crystal is fiery. It's full of life, zest, and just like when you're getting the zest off an orange and it smells so good, that's how this energy feels when you use it in your day-to-day life. So when it comes to what most people's biggest blocked chakra, it's always the sacral chakra. It's always the sacral chakra. I don't think I've come across many people who haven't had their primary chakra being the blocked the most as their sacral chakra. Because think about it like this, especially if you deal with a lot of people in your day-to-day life, and you're just like, I deal with a lot of people, and sometimes you can get energy drained, sometimes you can get zapped, like your energy's just not there, and you're just like, sometimes you could just get over it, like maybe you had a rotten apple or two, and it ruined it for the rest, and you're just not yourself, you're feeling lethargic, etc. But this crystal will always just revitalize energy and just get you going. So, that's a little bit of the Carnelian energy. Woo! But I have Carnelian around. I have a Carnelian on here. And, I mean, it just looks like one crystal, but yeah, I have Carnelian in there. They're different sizes. There you go. There's a Carnelian. There. Hello, Carnelian. So I'm not gonna go buy the crystals on my bracelets because most of them are on this list. But Carnelian's fire, so it's protective. Carnelian specifically protects against anything that has to do with spirits that cause accidents, entities that cause accidents, and that's actually the trend with all of these fire crystals. So the fire is basically like it signifies blood, life force. So the next crystal is red jasper, which I'm going to tie these two crystals together right now. So when an entity sees this crystal, the frequency that really hits the entity is it's like a flash. It's just like it's surprising, it's offensive, and it deters the entities. So when you have a crystal such as Carnelian or red jasper, and I've noticed if you show a crystal such as red jasper to someone, your ears might start ringing and their ears might start ringing because it's whatever entity or spirit on them. They actually scream when they see red jasper. It's super interesting. When it comes to black tourmaline, they don't even come around. That's why I say that's the #1 protection stone, which black tourmaline is a crystal of fire because it's pyroelectric. This crystal holds the energy of the sun and it emits fire energies. So only when it's cleansed and charged in the sun. If you use selenite, no, it's not the same. But that's why I suggest if you're under spiritual attack, use a crystal such as black tourmaline. This is a heavy fire element crystal, which is really cool. If you ever wonder why it keeps away entities so well and energies that are bad so well, it's because it's fiery. It's just shooting fire. This crystal's awesome. Whew. And there's a mosquito in this room, so I have to be throwing a fire element crystal at it because actually, I'm glad I said that because look, I mean, speaking of throwing crystals, I always show this crystal off and I always end up dropping it because it's freakishly light, but it drops very easily. Like the geometry of the crystal just wants to tumble out of my hand. So when I'm holding it, it accidentally tries to get thrown. I have a theory with red jasper. It's such a grounding crystal. It looks like a brick. It feels like a brick. It's not as heavy as a brick, but this crystal loves to reach the ground. So it will try to throw itself onto the ground just because it's so grounding, especially because your root star chakra is down there, and your ley line chakra, which I'll talk about in future videos, but ley line chakra, and I have a different name for this chakra than what's taught online. It goes back into the ley line of the earth, and it goes into past lives, but this chakra is not as important unless you're trying to find out what a problem is. Now, the crystals such as red jasper, this crystal fires you up. So, if you're too fired up, a crystal such as red jasper and carnelian, red jasper specifically will help calm you down. And if you have too little fire, it'll give you more fire. So, this crystal, and like I said, some crystals in this video will make it into this video without me even having it on a list. It's just relevant. So a crystal such as ruby is similar to red jasper in the sense that if you feel like you need more fire and zest in your life, and you'd like your life to be more exciting, if you'd like things to get better and just feel better and be more vibrant, then use a color such as a crystal color that is orange. Just use that as a general guideline. You can even use Himalayan sea salt, which is in the back here, if I can point at it. There we go. It's bright, it's orange, and it stimulates the sacral chakra. It also calms you down. The next crystal on the, I was about to say menu. The next crystal on the menu! And I'm having fun in this video because I just like talking, I mean, every once in a while I like talking about a bunch of crystals at once to help you guys really learn, because some of you are behind in crystal knowledge, so I'm here to catch you up. So I'm going to be talking about a bunch of random fire element crystals. And let's just say if you're a fire sign watching this video, maybe if you would like to embody more of your sign because you don't feel like you're that much of your sign. Like you don't relate to your sign that much, you wish you had more fire, your fire is in the wrong places, etc. This will help you. And yeah, I said ruby's a very good fire element crystal too. Ruby's good for fires of wealth, fires of abundance, fires of fertility, fires of just everything good coming into your life, fires of protection, because ruby blasts energy against psychic attacks. So if someone's thinking badly of you, the ruby will send it straight back and they'll feel like they just got hit with their own energy. They'll be like, whoa, what is this? And they encounter their own energy. The next crystal. Woohoo! I'm going to have a whole bunch of these on this list. Amber. This category. See, I get happy about this. Yay! Amber! This is a really cool crystal. So there's certain crystals that will categorize as the purifying fires, or the fires that purify, or the purifier of the fire. What does that mean? So amber is a crystal that's a fire element crystal that will really just clean your fire. Let's just say there's too many logs that are rotten in your fire and they're burning and it's making your fire smell stinky. So what do I mean by your fire smells stinky? Let's just say your passions have been kind of off and things are not really going the way you want them. You just feel like something's off and you don't really know what it is, but some of these crystals will purify that and just get you back on track. So amber actually purifies the sacral chakra. It purifies other lower chakras, but it makes you feel energetically clean again. Amber is a crystal to really just have you feeling yourself. It gives you a little bit of extra energy, so make sure you're put in the right places. But okay, like I said, I'm not going to stick to the list because a bunch of crystals are just popping in my head right now. The next crystal is orange calcite. Oh, Florida Stoneman talks about orange calcite. Wow. I don't talk about that crystal too often, but orange calcite is another purifier of the fires. How is it different than amber? Amber is more of a, this is a good question, because amber purifies the fire, but it's giving you more fire than it's purifying. But orange calcite is more of a purifier. It purifies your lower chakras more than it gives you fire. So when you use this crystal, you'll feel energetically clean. You'll feel less lethargic. You'll feel less drained. You'll feel less in a funk. You'll feel more yourself. You'll feel like your energy comes back. Yay! You won't feel as grumpy, as grouchy, etc. When you use a crystal such as amber, you might be a little more excited. So when I say that, when people work with amber, for some reason that seems to excite them. So make sure you're moving energy up other chakras and correctly balancing yourself, because that crystal, if you're just using amber and you're only working on your sacral chakra, make sure you're working on the other chakras, because amber excites. I'm going to keep that one a secret, but amber excites. It really does excite, so be careful. I just give a secret away. The next crystal is citrine, of course. What is this? This is the spotlight, basically the ring of fire. So this crystal puts a fire around you to light you up, to basically get you lit. What does that mean, get you lit? Basically make you happy again. Reignite your flame. reignite your passions, reignite your life force, and reignite your abundance. This crystal puts, let's just say, you ever see the little candles like Vibe and Little? And they're just like on a very little tiny candle. And you're like, oh, I wish that candle had more energy. Well, maybe you're that candle, and maybe that represents your abundance, right? And you want maybe you're happy with the way your abundance is right now, or you're not happy, and you would like that fire to grow, the fires of abundance to grow. Well, this crystal expands that. Oh, Citrine works like a golden spotlight. Basically, like just fires from the heaven just illuminating you. This crystal is literally fires of the heaven as well. It's a ray of energy that acts as, it is the golden ray, so it acts as pure golden light passing through all of your chakras. That's how cool and wonderful is that? I love this video. I love bouncing around the different crystals to talk about different crystals, and I'm going to talk about a very, very cool crystal soon, which I'll have on my website, but I'm making sure I get the best of it. Let's talk about this one next. Cinnabar. Oh! Cinnabar, it's poisonous if you burn it, so don't do that. But cinnabar is one of the most crazy fire element crystals ever, next to Mexican fire agate. But this crystal is more about abundance in the fact that, let's just say, now it's your time. Citrine, it's your time to shine, but cinnabar is more like, let's take it to the next level. So Citrine's better for abundance, and it's more for the spotlight energies and the more of the energies of abundance. But cinnabar is just like, let me just tap into this part of myself that I have not reached just ever before. Like, if you were to imagine yourself in a pocket interdimension, where that's just the most attractive version of you, that's just the most daring version of you, that's just the most bold, courageous, fierce, cunning, just like, I'm not gonna say because people like to say, oh, that's the bad boy version of me, the bad girl version of me. Cinnabar has an energy, but it more so in a sense of a good boy or good girl versus, oh, I wanna be the villain. No, it's not villain energies. It's basically it has energies of the smart hero that does things a little bit differently, and it gives you just a very interesting fire. Cinnabar has one of the most interesting energies, so it'll just make you just how else can I describe this? Basically, when you see that cops pull over red cars more, abundance will be pulling you to the side you'll be seeing more opportunities of abundance. I don't know how else to describe that, but this has such a vibrant energy. Cinnabar is like a stop sign energetically for any blessing that's trying to pass you. So when you're in public, when you wear cinnabar, the eyes are on you. Good eyes. It runs off bad eyes very well. It actually runs them off, like they'll start just having to go home. But cinnabar will have you loving yourself to the point where you just completely forget about love. To the point, and what do I mean forget about love? If you're actively in the world seeking love and you're like, why won't no one love me? Which, that'll run people off. That's a deficit of love. Cinnabar is like, well, I have myself, and I love myself so much that I'm going to help other people love themselves too. And I'm going to just embody the energies of... And people don't know they do this when they're wearing cinnabar. So when people notice they wear cinnabar, it's like, wow, I feel different. I feel excited, and I feel a zest for life. And it has this high, prestigious energy. It's just like, I feel amazing. It's not stuck up, but it's more so holding down the blessings, acting in a way that you need to get to your goals. Cinnabar is about action, so I'm putting heavy emphasis on cinnabar because this is one of the most crazy, vibrant crystals when it comes to fire element crystals. It basically changes everything. I'm going to put cinnabar on my website very soon, and all these crystals that I'm naming you can get on my website. Oh, most of them. Let's get to Mexican fire agate. I'll talk about cinnabar more in the future, but this crystal is its energy is otherworldly. It could make you into a new person. Another crystal that can into a better person of yourself, okay? Not cocky, not egotistical. It'll make you very confident, but very humble and self-loved as well, which is a good balance because people think that, well, when I'm feeling this way, when I'm feeling very high up, I'm going to start stepping on people. That's how people lose everything. Look at celebrities. I'm not going to say which celebrity or celebrities, but certain celebrities, when they reach like, oh, I'm feeling myself. Well, how about I make other people not feel themselves versus cinnabar has the energy to pass the fire along and help other people feel so confident that you're really, someone can go home and be crying and you're helping them go home and really just feeling themselves and thinking differently about them because that's the energy cinnabar puts off. Cinnabar is hogging the attention in this video because it should. This crystal's actual cinnabar. Actual cinnabar. Okay? A lot of places online have dusty cinnabar. Let's just say that. It's very chalky, dusty, gritty cinnabar. Which my cinnabar, when you see it on my website. But the next one next crystal that can make a new person is Mexican fire agate. I've talked all about this in past videos. This crystal is so fiery. It's the fires of safety. What does that mean? So basically, God makes crystals that allow you to feel grounded, safe, and secure in your own energetic space. Because especially when people have problems, and I teach about this on my other videos, when you have your problems and you have no control over them, give it to God and He'll take care of it. But if you're having trouble with trusting in your connection with God, which actually it undoes whatever you just asked for, and now you're getting the exact opposite because it shows that you don't trust. Faith and fear don't fit in the same space. I'll make a video about that coming up in the future, but Mexican fire agate helps take crazy energies within yourself and calm them down. And any energies of paranoia, it diminishes, it releases, it gets rid of. It's like, okay, this is not serving me. Transmutes it, burns it away. If people are performing black magic, anything, it could be the worst black magic. It could be people sacrificing on you. If people are sacrificing on you, this crystal just takes the energy of the sacrifice that was supposed to go to something being fed. It doesn't fully go to what's being fed, and it just goes straight back to the person. And it hits them so hard, they think that you cursed them, and they're going to try more stuff until they cancel themselves out, and there's nothing left of that person if they choose to do more black magic. Happened several times. But this crystal automatically sends stuff back. So, Mexican fire agate, unless you're the problem, this crystal won't work. Or it'll work, but it'll work against you. So the whole point is don't be the problem. There you go. Don't be the source of negative energy, because it'll send the source of negative energy 100% back. These crystals in combination are a mean combination. So these are all fire element crystals. So like I said, this crystal is so fiery, it'll make a bad person into a good person just because they go through so much. Yay! The next one's fire quartz. This quartz is basically, it's hematoid, but it's the red aspect of hematoid. What is hematoid? It's hematite becoming clear. It's blah, blah, blah. Hematite and clear quartz are different inclusions of hematite that look kind of fiery. This crystal can really help you focus on the fire element. Let's just say you would like to envision your protections as fire, or you sometimes you have some of you have guardian angels who are fire element. It can establish that connection with them. Some angels can be spicy sometimes, so it'll help put you on that frequency. Like, haha, let's be more happy, more zesty, more engaging, etc. So this crystal is a very fire element crystal. It helps you just feel yourself, and if you don't get it by now, the fire element is all about feeling yourself, loving yourself, having passion, having zest and life force, and then when you go throughout your day, it's not just like, oh, at the end of the day, when you work with these crystals, you'll still have your energy. You'll be like, woohoo, this is an amazing day, versus, oh, I'm tired, I'd like to go to bed. No, this crystal actually, and by the end of the day with these crystals, you'll feel like, oh, cool, now it's nighttime. And then you'll calm down easily because these have control of inner fire. So if the fire is too much, most of the fire crystals will shrink the fire into being a smaller fire, so you can go to bed. But some of the crystals, when you wake up, it measures the fire. It knows how to add and subtract energies. The last crystal I'll be talking about on this list, because I can talk about another 20 minutes of fire crystals, and this is really cool. So yeah, I'm talking more about elemental crystals and elements, because everything is elements when it comes to nature. Sunstone! Ha ha ha! This crystal is all about being happy. So even for the most depressed, like just, what's the name for it? The most moody person, the most draining person, the most lethargic person, the worst person to put up with, gift them Sunstone. specifically from FloridaStoneman.com, but this crystal really just puts someone out of their fog. It takes the sunlight and it shines it on their fog so there's no more fog. Yay! This crystal will help cut cords. If that person's an energy vampire, this really works out for them because Sunstone cuts the cords that they have on other people that's preventing them from having their own energy and makes their energy reset, aligns all their lower chakras and some of the upper chakras, and it helps the person feel fresh again. Sunstone's amazing. All these crystals are amazing. I would like to teach more. I'm running out of time on this video though because I'm going to talk about bullseye now. Bullseye, very quickly. Bullseye, it gives you it's basically red tiger's eye. It helps give you the energy to help achieve any goal. There you go. There you go. If you can see a trend among fire element crystals, I just named a whole bunch. This is really cool. If you have any questions, if you like this video, tell me in the comment section, guys. Just comment below if you like this topic, if you'd like me to talk more about elemental crystals, etc. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.